you want him to breathe when he's
from that kind of topish view?
Yeah.
Or would you like to try to do it again when it caves back in?
You know, I think it is actually all the moves work really well. It's just when we're up at that top view, I think the top view actually works really well too.
She can stand up if we want her to.
Don't worry about it. It's just going from like this to...
This is a scene that showed really, really well when we actually just moved the camera about 90 degrees on this scene. It's a massive size comparison when you change the angle.
And I think we're in good shape.
Cool.
That's awesome.
All right.
These are not bad.
All right, guys.
Okie doke.
wonderful.
All right. Well, like I said, you have any questions, go ahead and give us a call.
Will do.
It's nice talking with you.
Thanks,
Talk
Bob.
to you later.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
So, I'm the internet ghost. It's awesome. All the people here are really cool. I heard they were doing this podcast, though, and I've decided to leave. Yeah. I'm going to San Francisco. It'll be awesome there. I'm excited. I don't know. Stefan told me to say whatever I want. So, everybody's really awesome here. A little crazy. I feel like the normal one in the monkey cage, but that's cool. And everything here is really, really awesome. Thanks, guys.
I started a company called Graphics Mode when I was about 15 years old, and I made 35mm slides and I sold them to doctors. And I did this until about 94. At that time I was kind of getting sick of anything that didn't move, and I was really interested in computer animation. I was taking business classes at the University of Minnesota, and I was also taking film classes too. I had to make a mock company for the business class and write a business plan and everything. And I also had to make a fake company, a film company, and make an animated logo for the film class. So I decided to kill two birds with one stone, and I designed this animation company, and I was monkeying around with all sorts of names and everything, and this guy who was living on my couch at the time in college, and he was like, you know what I'd call my company if I had an animation company? I'd call it Ghost Productions. And I'm like, hey, I like that, that's pretty good.
Ghost Productions, the name, was a project by Stefan and a friend of his, Scott Raleigh. And they came up with the name, and I thought it sounded really cool.
The first time I heard of Ghost Productions, I was in the Manga Anime Society over at the University of Minnesota. And Jason and Stefan came in to pimp frivolous entertainment or frivolous fairy tales or whatever it was.
First time I heard of Ghost was from somebody that I worked with when I was going to school, and he worked here as an animator, and he would come in and tell me the horror stories and how bad it was here and how much he hated it, and I was just like, wow, that sounds like a great place to work someday.
From my absolutely horrible job placement lady, and eventually she got fired. But the point is that she ended up pointing me to a bunch of crappy places, and then this place.
Well, I just got laid off at a place called Engineering Animation Incorporated. Had my very good friend, Kelly Pedersen, call me and say, hey, you know, I'm going to this thing called the Minnesota Electronic Theater, and why don't you come with me? I'm actually meeting some guys there that might want to talk to you. I said, hey, why not? Sounds like fun. I need a job. What made me join up with them? I don't know. As others will probably tell you, or maybe have told you, there's a real vibe to working here, and I really meshed in with Nick and Stefan.
The internet. I heard about it through the grapevine. Somebody told me that it was job was over. I heard about it from Dan.
Basically, throughout my schooling, all I ever decided was, I think this would be a place I'd want to work. Even before I even stepped foot in this office, I was just like, I really want to work at Ghost.
I can't talk.
Wow. I did not think that went through.
I finally felt like I was home.
It's interesting to come into this office and see them wrestling on the floor from time to time.
My first day at Ghost was incredibly fun. My first day at Ghost was very stressful, and my first day at Ghost was crappy because Dan was not here.
And I got lost on the way here. And I stopped off at a Wells Fargo and wanted to use their phone. Jason picks up the phone. He's like, why the f*** is Wells Fargo calling us? And I'm like, hello? I'm this guy that's on the way there, and I got lost. And he's like, oh, dude, I'm sorry. It was pretty funny. And that was the first memory I had of Ghost Productions. The first experience. And it was Jason saying, who the f*** is this?
それは大変だった。その日は雪がよく降ってたから運転は高い。
Having to leave.
I've come to hate the long hours.
We worked all night, all day, all night, all day. No sleeping.
I hate it when policies don't get followed. And we don't have a whole lot of policies at Ghost. They're really simple. They're like, when a client calls and they want to talk to me and I'm not here, write down the message. And when those don't get followed, I get really pissy.
I hate Zach. I hate Jason. I hate the stress.
Stefan's desk. I don't think he knows where the trash can is.
The building. The building is a big thing I dislike a lot.
I hate this building.
This building.
Losing power out of the blue all of a sudden.
The power goes out.
It's the sketchy power.
The roof leaks.
The leaky ceilings.
Fucking hot in the winter. I mean, hot. Okay? And it's fucking cold in the summer. I mean, like frigid. I'm wearing winter clothes in the summer.
I don't like that they sometimes inadvertently give away free work.
Honesty will get me fired. But I'll give you a hint. It's Stefan.